Good morning, Brighter Choice Scholars. Today is Thursday, May 14th, 2020. This is ELA Mini Lesson number 33. We are continuing to work on developing an understanding of different nonfiction text structures. For today and tomorrow, the last text structure we are going to analyze and study is problem and solution. Your learning target for today is I can study the structure of a nonfiction text. Just like fictional stories often have a problem and solution, you can see problem and solutions in nonfiction texts as well. So first, let's think of a situation and identify a problem in the situation. So there is a student and she has a book report to write tonight, but she also has soccer practice. She wants to watch her favorite TV show as well, but she just doesn't have all of the time to do those things. So I just described a problem or a difficult situation or sort of a puzzle that that person has. So, what is the problem? The problem is she cannot do all of those things. She doesn't have enough time. So, she needs to decide what to do. A solution is how a problem is fixed. Problems and solutions are connected in a text. We want to be able to identify both the problem and the solution in a nonfiction text and find the different parts of a problem, and sometimes there will be one or more solutions. So when you're reading this nonfiction text structure, there are several signal words that you can look for. Problem, issue, since, as a result, solution, idea, so, leads to, and causes. And here's a helpful tip. Ask yourself, what is the problem and what is the solution? You can also look for the problem first and then the solution. So again, sometimes you'll read about problems and how they get solved. A problem is a kind of trouble or puzzle, and a problem needs to be fixed or solved. And a solution is how to solve a problem. A solution makes things better. Some other signal words for problems include question, need, and trouble. And some examples for solutions: answer, idea, result, plan, reason, and solve. Let's look at an example of a problem and solution text. We want to be able to identify what the problem is and how people are working to solve the problem. So this is a nonfiction text. This is a true problem that, in this case, animals are really solving. I'm going to read the text once through, and then we're going to go back through and talk about it. The title is Safer Roads for Animals. People look both ways before crossing the road. Wild animals don't. They just run across busy roads. Cars hit millions of animals every year. Many animals die. People get hurt. Their cars are damaged too. Special paths for animals are one way to keep them safe. These paths are called wild animal walkways. Some countries in Europe have built walkways. Canada and the United States have started building them too. Some walkways go over busy roads. Some go under them. Both kinds help wild animals cross roads safely. When animals cross safely, people in cars are safer too. Let's look at the first paragraph again. People look both ways before crossing the road. Wild animals don't. They just run across busy roads. Cars hit millions of animals every year. Many animals die. People get hurt. Their cars are damaged too. So I'm thinking this paragraph is about animals that try to cross busy roads. It sounds like a problem. This sentence tells one part of the problem. Cars hit millions of animals every year. Can you find any other details about the problem? So I know that cars hit millions of animals each year. Why is that a problem? Well, animals die and people can get hurt. That is a problem. Now, when you're reading problem and solution, you want to be thinking about the problem while you continue to read so you can identify and listen for how the problem is solved. So let's think. The problem is animals run across the road, animals die, and people get hurt. Let's listen for a solution to solve that problem of animals running across busy roads. Special paths for animals are one way to keep them safe. These paths are called wild animal walkways. Some countries in Europe have built walkways. Canada and the United States have started building them too. Some walkways go over busy roads. Some go under them. Both kinds help wild animals cross roads safely. When animals cross safely, people and cars are safer too. So let's think in the second paragraph. Where is a sentence that has a solution? If the problem was wild animals running across busy roads, how was that problem solved? It says right here, special paths for animals are one way to keep them safe. Let's identify how that solves the problem. Let's keep reading. Special paths for animals are one way to keep them safe. These paths are called wild animal walkways. Some countries in Europe have built walkways. Canada and the United States have started building them too. Some walkways go over busy roads. Some go under them. Both kinds help wild animals cross roads safely. I'm thinking, what helps wild animals cross roads safely? Special paths for them. When animals cross safely, people and cars are safer too. So this helps solve both problems of people getting hurt when they hit animals in their cars being damaged, and the animals dying. If we look at this picture at the top, this is actually a type of a wild animal crossing. It goes under the road so the deer can walk without going near the road. It goes underneath and stays away from the traffic. Now we can get started in our work in the packet today. So make sure you're on Thursday, May 14th, and scroll until you get to the passage. So this problem and solution passage is about gardening. Think about what you know about gardening. We want to try to identify the problem in this passage. So listen careful for those signal words or things that might harm gardens. Gardens are beautiful. Weeds are a problem though. Oh, I just heard a signal word. Problem. They use the light, water, and good soil other plants need. They kill other plants. People pull them or use weed spray to get rid of them. So think about what's the problem? What's a possible solution? Remember, there could be more than one problem and more than one solution in a text. Animals are a problem too. They like to eat plants in gardens. People put up fences or screens to keep animals out. Insects also like to feed on plants. Some insects get through fences and screens. People use special poison to get rid of insects. Gardens take work. Fortunately, the work can be as calming as the garden itself. All right. So, for our work for today, we're going to use details from the text to write at least 3 problems and 3 solutions. Then you can think of 2 more solutions to the problems and write them over here. So to keep your writing organized, you should number your problems and solutions. So up top, write number 1 and describe 1 problem. On the bottom, write number 1 and describe the solution to that problem. Then go ahead and do the same for number 2 and 3. So you have 3 problems and 3 solutions. Then think of 2 more solutions to the problems and write them over here on this page. Go ahead and pause the video to finish this work, then come back and I'll give you the directions for the next page. So to get some extra practice with problem and solution today, we're actually going to look at a fictional story. But we can still practice identifying the problem and solution. So you're going to mark up your text by drawing boxes around the signal words that tell you it's a problem or solution. Circle the problem and underline 2 solutions. After you're finished reading and marking up the text, use details from the text to answer these questions. And your last assignment for today is to read a nonfiction text and write down 1 question you still have about this topic. Then I'm going to challenge you. See if you can find the answer. Look for a book on the same topic on EPIC or Kids A to Z. Happy reading!